Alright, we're back outside. It's changed a little bit in the past couple hours since I did the primer. As you can see, it came out really nice, real smooth. So this engine is basically about ready for its first coat of orange paint. Slip the cab back on here, just like so. But before we do this, we are going to work on the other engine, the soon-to-be DM&E C44-9. Now, as I said in the last video, I said I was going to do some masking. Well, I wish those dogs would shut up. But anyway, I told you guys I was gonna do one window and mask the rest. Well, as I was doing this second window right here, the glass just decides to fall right out. So that's all taken care of. Don't have to mask, don't have to do anything. And I managed to get the little headlight pieces out and the little cab glass window out here. So what we are gonna do now is we're gonna primer this. Gotta make sure the paint is really shook up well to this. That's pretty good. I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to start out with at the bottom. The reason why I'm doing this is that this is the first time I've done this. The main reason why is whenever I'm ready to paint, that's turning out nice. The main reason is whenever I'm ready to paint and I think it's all done, when I pick it up, I look down here and see that paint doesn't cover it. So I had to go back and respray it. Then I have to wait a couple more hours before it can actually be painted. Get my fingers all gray here. That's the downside of spraying with paints. So what I'm doing here is I'm just going down and doing the undersides of the model. That way we get a nice even finish. Just like that. So let's see here. Probably upsetting a bunch of BNSF fans or foamers. I don't care. All I know is I'm just enjoying doing what I love. And that's painting. Okay. Now, wouldn't that be for an interesting repaint right there, huh? Why don't you do that? Excuse me. And there we go. Alrighty. So now what we want to do, we want to move this out of the way. Because now it's time to spray the orange on our Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Now I want to apologize that at the start of the series, when I announced what the models are going to be, I call this Buffalo and Pacific. What I really meant to say was Buffalo and Pittsburgh. So we'll put this primer aside for now. Ooh, that's a nasty dead bee right there. Now what I'm using is Gloss Competition Orange. It's by Testors, $5.50 up there at Mark Twain Hobby. Now I want to say I'm mentioning Mark Twain a lot because St. Louis we are lacking when it comes to hobby shops. Been to Kansas City and they have docks, and I think that's the only one they have. Now, I don't know I'm not familiar with Kansas City because obviously I live in St. Louis. But Chicago, they have Lombard, they have Displays, they have Zentech, B&G. They have more hobby shops than St. Louis and Kansas City combined by a wide margin. So we have Mark Twain, we have Redboard, and we have Schaefer's, and a couple other smaller shops. But Mark Twain is the closest, and that's where I get all my paints. So what we're going to do is we're going to shake this up like we should. It's looking good. Okay. Now, it's going to be a bright orange. It's like, I don't know, I would have to say similar to what the General Lee used in the Dukes of Hazzard. But don't attack me. Attack the people who make the paint. I'm just using the closest shade I could get in the spray. Like I said, you want to do this just gingerly, just like that. You have to get up. Now, I'm going to tell you, this is going to take, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 coats of paint. So, I'm just going to show you how I do the first coat. I'll finish it up. Next time you see it, it'll be ready for decals. And another thing you want to do is make sure keep the spray clean. Otherwise, you're going to have areas that are thicker than what they should be. So we're going to let that dry for now. And when we come back, well, first off, I'm going to show you some of the other models I've done with spray painting. Then I'm going to be coming back, and we're going to do the first coat of paint on the Dash 9. That's going to be a brand new Dakota, Minnesota, and Eastern Mount Rushmore unit.